On this episode of the Zach Nichols podcast, we discuss episodes 3 and 4, which include Josh's game moves, as well as Johnny telling everybody that it was Chris's idea to throw that challenge.
So make sure for the full episode to subscribe to our Patreon.
Welcome back to the second exclusive edition of the Zach Nichols podcast, back with my guy, my co-host, Mr. Zach Nichols.
That gets me every time. It's like at the reunion, they give you that fake, that fake cheer.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's real, but they make them do it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I would love to be at a reunion, man. Are those fun?
Oh, no, they're terrible. They're like marathons.
Yeah.
They take like 8 hours, and by the end of it, you don't care about anything anymore, and you're just like, I want this to be over.
Do they party before or after those things?
The whole time. Like before, after, the day you get there, the reunion is basically just one big party.
Are people like smoking joints on break and stuff?
No.
Plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, man. Well,
I know one year we had Jordan brought me moonshine.
Oh, thanks, Jordan.
We started drinking that, and I couldn't feel my tongue, so I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Battle of the Seasons reunion, I will say, was... I barely made it to that one.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
we have a question about Battle of the Seasons.
I
later
got
on
a
in the
call
show.
from the producer of that, and she was like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't leave my room." And she was like, "If you don't show up and do a stellar job," she's like, "You're done." And I was like, "Yes, man,
I'll be there."
Yeah, and about 19 Red Bulls later, I tore it up.
That was a pretty damn good season for you. You better have been there.
That was a good reunion.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we just want to say welcome back to everybody. We had a pretty good weekend on my family. We, had my little nephew's first birthday. Anthony's celebrating a birthday pretty soon here. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He turned 2?
The second he turns 2, but he's having 2 birthday parties.
Oh.
His mom's
just like you had 2 weddings, right?
Yeah. That's what we do in our house. I had 2 weddings. Anthony has 2 birthday parties. One is going to be in Michigan. And then Jenna has to go to New York for a lot of September because she's got her sister's bachelorette party. She's got 2 weddings. So I'm going to be there for a couple of the weddings.
Nice.
So then he's going to have a birthday party there because why not?
Why not, dude?
Yeah.
He's got family there. He's got family here. So he already told you guys. So be flexible with us in September because Zach, we got to work on his schedule. Just so you know.
I won't be going on the Mondays. But
Oh yeah.
No, it won't affect this.
Hell yeah.
It won't affect this. No, it's.
Shout out to Tony Ann. Have a great wedding.
Well, that is going to be a fun wedding. That's in Aruba in 2024.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
I've heard, though, don't bring your clubs to Aruba.
Why not? Aruba has amazing golf.
Well, I've heard that it gets so windy there that sometimes you'll hit it and it'll go like 10 yards.
Oh, well.
With your driver, because the wind's so bad. So they're like, and it's typically pretty windy there right on the ocean.
Yeah, on the ocean. Yeah, Aruba's great. You're going to have a great time.
Oh, I'm having a blast.
I would still try to go.
It's like going to family weddings are amazing because there's built-in babysitters.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Heck yeah.
Exactly. Do you have a core memory from a birthday party back in the day?
So I think
from when you were a child?
Yeah. So on my 7th birthday, it was in the same month as my great-grandpa Joe. He was a very, very Polish man, old school. And my cousin and I were wrestling, and he was sitting there, and I think he was getting annoyed with us. Actually, I know he's getting annoyed with us because he called us over, and we go over there, and it's our great-grandpa, and he pulls over a bowl of M&Ms. He goes, "Here, eat 2 M&Ms." And we're like, okay. And we ate them, and then we're like, what's next? And he goes, "Now shut the fuck up." That was my great-grandpa. And then we went out and played baseball in the front yard, and he started trying to bat with his cane.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Yep.
Man,
so that's probably
what was his name?
That was my great-grandpa Joe.
Great-grandpa Joe, man. The Polish monster. Have these M&Ms and shut the fuck up, please.
Yeah.
Well,
we shouldn't have been roughhousing inside.
I was gonna say, man, I've been smacked up by a grandpa or a grandma in the past, so that's a rite of passage in our family.
No, this was a great-grandpa.
Oh, great-grandpa.
Yeah, he didn't play. Anyway, he was the type of guy, my mom said, if they were fishing in Florida and you got a hook in your finger, he would just cut a whole chunk of your finger out. He wouldn't even try to pull it out. He would just cut your huge chunk of your skin out.
Gotta love those old school guys, man.
That's how it used to be.
We want to give a monster shout out to everybody that's joined the Patreon. I just want to say again, and me and Zach, from both of us, thank you for helping our dreams come true. We want to be able to provide for our families while also entertain you and talk about this great game called The Challenge. So I just want to give a shout out to all of our new Patreon members. So stay tuned. John Carlson, thank you. Braden Bayless, thank you. Bo Martin, thank you. Casra Arki, thank you. Kayla Kotera, thank you. Brandy Whitley, thank you. Bob Booker, thank you. Brandy Carson, thank you. Or Kaysen, thank you. Patricia, thank you. Benjamin, thank you. Susan, thank you. Brooke, thank you. Marissa, thank you. Trigger, thank you. Dylan, thank you. Ashley, thank you. Javier, thank you. Adam, thank you. Casey, thank you. Carrie, thank you. Thomas, Corey, Greg, Nick, Trey, Tim, Mel, and Brian, and Jake. Thank you all so much for joining that Patreon. If you guys didn't listen to that exclusive full episode on the Patreon, there's some juicy stuff over there. We talked a little bit about Kara's absence. We talked a little bit about some other stuff. Go check that out.
We're going to have a big one soon where I talk about why I didn't get casted for a bunch of seasons.
Ooh.
It's actually a pretty crazy story.
And that's
it's
a
like,
Patreon exclusive, right, Zach?
It should be, definitely, but it should be like a movie. What happened? It's crazy.
Oh,
Forged stuff.
Are you going to give some insight on why you haven't been on, or maybe, maybe you're going to come on?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to tell the whole story about what really happened.
Uh-huh.
You know, it all started in the final of War of the Worlds 2. A lot of people don't know I spent 9 days in the hospital on some pretty serious IVs, and my kidneys were shutting down.
After that final?
Oh, yeah.
The final you finished?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, so it started there, and then it just kind of, some weird things happened, and I got a little hint from a little someone, did some investigative reporting myself, and some things went down. But
let's save that.
Let's save that. Let's get into one thing. Let's talk about a current event.
Please.
I want to give a serious shout out, and I want to say prayers for, Hawaii.
Oh,
Obviously,
my God.
California with the, someone sent me a picture of the 405, and there was a shark on it underwater because they're having Hurricane Hillary.
Golly.
Yeah. Hurricane Hillary, man, she's on the West Coast. Apparently she's a bitch. But that's crazy. They don't usually get those in California. So it's some crazy things going on in the world right now. British Columbia is on fire. The Canary Islands are on fire. I don't know. I'm not that old, but I'm old, and I don't ever remember so many wildfires in my life.
It's an act of God right now, but it just seems a little too coincidental, all of them that are happening.
100%.
So fast.
But you know, Chuck from Final Reckoning, he was Brittany's partner. Chuck Maori, I believe his last name is.
Okay.
I think that's his last name. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm saying his name completely wrong. But his brother was actually in Hawaii, and I sent him a message like, "Hey, how's your brother doing?" House got burned down to nothing.
To nothing?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. It's crazy.
Could you imagine?
It's crazy.
Knock on wood, that would be the worst thing ever. Not the worst thing, but one. I mean, hopefully everyone. There's a lot of lives lost too. That's the worst thing.
Yeah, no, displacement and obviously people losing their homes and their whole livelihood and their whole past. I mean, prayers for Maui guys and obviously British Columbia and Cali. It's there's bigger things than the challenge, and we try to help out.
That's wild.
Yeah, which, by the way, we did talk about helping somebody. There's somebody that messaged us. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but we're going to do our very best to help you, okay?
Hell yeah.
So one thing is make sure you guys follow us join us on Patreon, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, help us in every way. But I do want to get to some fan reactions to some of the clips that we posted over the past week. Just so you guys know, Zach is logged into the Instagram. He can see everything, but you're not a big IG guy.
Oh, no, dude. No.
So,
I'm not a big social media guy. I'm trying my hardest. But it's just like, I'm a 90s kid. I like being disconnected. I like doing my own thing. I like not really feeling like the internet's just a fake place where you can feel like you can. It's so weird.
Yeah, you can be anyone you want, as tough as you want.
You can be wherever you want at any time. Everyone is constantly commenting on everything. It's like I liked summer break in elementary school where it was like, hey, talk to you guys in 3 months.
Right.
You see them, you're like, hey, this is cool. I didn't disconnect it. I like to disconnect. I've been trying to be more connected. But, man, sometimes you just see a lot of crazy stuff that scares you on the internet. And it's like,
Yeah, the people love to know what's going on in your family, but I know you love to be private, so it's a mixture. So I wanted to show you some of the comments or talk to you about some of the comments that people said.
Oh, God. Yeah. Is it going to be like one of those mean tweets thing?
A little bit. We have some, some positive, some negative. So the first one was about Josh and his fashion in the first episode. Josh commented on our clip. Yeah, Josh commented on our clip, calls stylist and curses him out immediately. Josh, that's hilarious.
But how did you not know that you were literally redid the Dumb and Dumber outfits, both of them?
No, I think he might have known.
You had to have known that, Josh.
He might have known. This other young lady, her name is Ming Willie 26 at Josh Martinez. I saw Josh and was like, okay, Josh, boo, LOL, funny, but you look so cute. So somebody thought you looked good, Josh.
I didn't say you looked bad. I just said I just pointed out that it was Dumb and Dumber and Miami Vice, little mixture. put it in a blender, and he got what he wore, and he wore them both in the same episode.
I know. Brilliant, Josh. Brilliant.
We're still talking about it.
Exactly. People are still liking and commenting on the photos. So people love it. Okay, so about the jet skis, Miss Tori Deal had a comment on our post and said, I can say from being there, Wes was very unhappy about production forcing him to be a passenger princess. LOL. But Bananas loved it. So that doesn't seem out of the ordinary. I think Banana would love getting
on.
Yeah.
And Wes should be completely ashamed of himself for riding bitch.
Yeah, but he did it. So that's you, Wes. Fessy, we talked about the Fessy clip, and Jordan commented on it. Ha 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 ha. He loved the if they win, we're still better. He loved that one. So
well, it's true. Listen, dude, this has been amazing. I'm getting to see what it's like for a vet to be on the other side of something that they've experienced almost every season they've done. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think they're actually representing pretty well.
They are representing pretty well. In classic vet fashion,
they've wiggled their way out a lot more than I thought they would. There's been some casualties, but there has to be casualties. And I think you're really seeing people, they're putting in work.
I'm going to talk about the vets games later, but
I think it's amazing, and it's hysterical because, listen, the one thing that's pissing me off, my overriding theme of this whole season that's pissing me off is like all these CBS kids acting like they're so great for getting in the vets. And I'm sitting here thinking like, you should be. You're doing exactly what you should do. It's like 24-6.
Yeah, if you're not using your power, come on now.
Right. And you haven't even gotten a vet to go home every single time. You've still failed to do that. So I'm sitting here watching them act cocky, and I'm like, literally, that's like, imagine if it was half and half, 12 and 12, or 15 and 15, and they brought in CT and Jordan and Derek Kaczynski, bringing in some real problems. It's a different game. Or if you bring 6 people into our game, we will get rid of you before the first week is over. There'll be crumbs left. And
we've seen that happen on many challenges.
So why are you acting so proud? You literally have, like, when you get a vet in an elimination round, it's like, congratulations, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's 24-6. That's what we started with. And yes, there's some people on both sides, but again, take them out, it's still 12 against 6. It's still 18 against 6. What are you doing that's so special? You're doing exactly what we've been doing to you for years and not even as good. Like, the fact that they've outsmarted you these last 2 episodes. They took one on the chin. They came back, and now they have you guys scrambling. You look stupid. I don't even want to go any further. You're doing what you're supposed to do. They're outnumbered.
The gameplay.
Have you ever lost a basketball game 10 against 5 or 5 against 1? No, you haven't. That's what's going on right now, and they're not winning every point.
Right, and you should be winning 100-0.
CBS kids should be ashamed of themselves. They need Danny McCray. They need Danny there.
There's a lot of season left. I think that the vets are playing it a little bit tighter than we would have expected, like you said. I mean, if the rookies got what they wanted, Bananas would have been gone 2 weeks ago.
He has to lose. Yeah, he has to lose in the elimination round. Listen, he went in, took one on the chin, grenades, survived, and then made literally the smartest move of the season, followed by the second smartest move of the season, because he wanted to throw that. He just needed, and he blamed it on Chris. That was amazing gameplay.
Unbelievable.
He executed a plan, gave it the credit to someone else because he doesn't need the credit because he's got 7 wins. And then that kid went in because he did that. That was a brilliant game move. And the fact that he was able to pull that off, he's like Willy Wonka, and like magical. He completely bamboozled the whole house. And Wes is sitting there laughing in the corner. Like, listen. Like him or hate him, that was brilliant gameplay all around.
I love that.
And the best part too is he was so cocky about it.
Yeah, who, Johnny?
Oh yeah, he was like, he was like, oops, amazing, perfect in all, like, executed. I give him a 9.8 out of 10 on that 30-minute segment. That was work. He punched in and went to work.
I have my opinion on the way that they should be playing the game. However, the way that they're choosing to play the game, they're playing it as best as they can.
That was a brilliant move.
So let's get into the season a little bit. Now, we talked about a little fan reaction. Update on my fantasy team. I took some bad losses this past episode.
Yeah, you bunch of bums.
I'm pretty much screwed. I lost Luis. I lost Amanda. There's no surprise there. But I lost Paulie, and that was a devastating blow. I needed you, Paulie. I needed you, buddy.
Yeah, you thought he was going to take you deep into the playoffs.
You fucked me.
Yeah.
You fucked me. hard. But let's get into the episode. So we'll start with the reaction from the Elimination House, and then they start with talking about the Secret Garden. Okay, the Secret Garden of Desi, Tiffany, Michaela, Chanel, Alyssa, and Alyssa S by proxy with Michelle. This is actually a formidable group in terms of voting power.
Well, there's numbers there.
Yeah.
It's like almost every girl that's not from MTV.
Yeah, and we saw later on in the second episode that it worked against Amanda's favor. But let's just keep an eye on these guys. After that, they show Paulie, Talk of the Town, Mr. Paulie C. He's talking to Tori, and he talks about how he looked at some of these musicians, and he always wanted to be a gay icon like Freddie Mercury, okay? He didn't know he was attracted to men or women, and in athletics, he was in athletics his whole life, and it kind of forced him to suppress who he was sexually, and then, throughout his seasons, certain things would set him off, which made him feel like he had to show he was the biggest alpha on the challenge. Now, what did you make of this confession by Paulie? That was the end of the free version of the podcast.
Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon to hear what else we have to say.